Hello, in this video lecture we are going to see the basics of integration. We will see what is integration and what it means. Integration means when we add something up, we call it as integrating. Basically integration is हम किसी चीज़ों को जोड़ के कोई एक चीज़ बनाते हैं तो उसे कहते हैं इंटीग्रेशन. सो हमें अगर किसी कर्व का एरिया निकालना है, एरिया अंडर द कर्व निकालना है, अगर कोई लीनियर कर्व होगा तो हम काफ़ी इजीली निकाल सकते हैं. इफ दिस इज द लीनियर कर्व देन एरिया अंडर द कर्व विल बी सम ऑफ द एरिया ऑफ दिस ट्राइंगल एंड एरिया ऑफ दिस rectangle. So this is very easy to find the area of the curve because it was linear. Now what if the curve is not linear, it is some random curve given but we know the function of the curve. For example, if we have this curve, then what will be the area under the curve? So we'll find area under the curve where x equal to a and x equal to b. Now how can we find it? We can break this curve in small rectangles such that the curve becomes flat at the top of the rectangle. For example, if we divide this curve in small rectangles such that this part is, we approximate this part as the horizontal line, so we get the rectangle. Now we divide this curve in infinitely small rectangles like this. So if we can find area of one rectangle, then we can find area of infinite rectangles, and by integrating, that means by adding all the area of rectangles, we get area under the curve. So how can we find this? So let's say if this is some random point x equal xi, and this is xi minus 1. Okay. Now what will be the area of this rectangle? If this is f of x, that means this is f of xi. Then at f of xi, we consider this rectangle to be very small so that this f of xi is constant for this rectangle. Then we can find area of this rectangle by area of rectangle equal to xi minus 1 into f of xi. This is area of one rectangle. Now to find the area of the area under the curve, we have to add all the rectangles. So we'll sum these areas where I is equal to a to b. Okay, what will it be? Summation xi minus 1 into f of xi. What will be I? As we are dividing this curve in n number of rectangles, and n is tending to infinity because this is infinitely small. We want to make this top of the rectangle flat. So we'll name this I as I equal to 1 to n, and now n will be tending to infinity. So we will apply limit n tends to infinity, summation I equal to 1 to n multiplied by xi minus 1 into of xi. So this is very logical because integration is basically adding the area of small rectangles. So we get the final rectangle, final area under the curve. Now we represent any integral by this form. So f of x dx integration gives area under the curve. So this f of x is ranging from x equal to a to x equal to b. So we will put limits here, x equal to a to x equal to b. This will be equal to f of b minus f of a. What is f? F is basically integral of f of x. we will see how f of x can be derived or how f of x is found out. This is called as definite integral because we have put limit here, and if we consider f of x equal to integration of small f of x dx, this is indefinite integral because there is no limit put here. There is limit from a to b, there is no limit. This is basic in general integral, we call this as indefinite integral. Now how can we derive this f of x? Let's say we have studied differentiation in which dy dx of x raised to power n plus 1 upon n plus 1 equal to, what will be differentiation of x raised to power n plus 1 upon n plus 1? N plus 1 into x raised to power n upon n plus 1. This n plus 1 will get cancelled. We will get x raised to power n. So differentiation of x raised to power n plus 1 upon n plus 1 gives x raised to power n. And we know that differentiation is reverse of integration. So we can say that integration of x raised to power n gives x raised to power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. So this is how we derive integration of any function. Now there are properties of integration, two properties. One is if an integral is multiplied by a constant or a function is multiplied by a constant and then integrated, then we can take constant out and integrate the function as it is, we get the same result. So this is first property. And second property is, just like in differentiation, when two functions are added and then integrated with respect to same variable, we can write this as, we can separate this integration of f1x plus integration of f2x dx. It was seen in differentiation, when two functions were added and differentiated with respect to same variable, we can separately differentiate them and add them. So these are the properties of integration. Now there are some common integrals which are generally used in physics. These are, we saw that integration of x raised to power n is x raised to power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. So this is first one. Then second one is 1 by x का इंटीग्रल ln x. हमने डिफरेंशिएशन में देखा था ln x का डिफरेंशिएशन होता है 1 by x. So 1 by x का इंटीग्रेशन हो जाएगा ln x. Now e raised to power x dx का इंटीग्रेशन e raised to power x. डिफरेंशिएशन में हमने देखा था कि e raised to power x का जो डिफरेंशिएशन होता है वो सेम ही रहता है. So इंटीग्रेशन और डिफरेंशिएशन में कोई फर्क नहीं रहेगा, दोनों को सेम रहेगा. sin x dx का इंटीग्रेशन होता है माइनस cos x, क्योंकि हमने डिफरेंशिएशन में देखा था कि cos x का जो डिफरेंशिएशन होता है वो इक्विवेलेंट टू माइनस sin x होता है. सो sin x का जो इंटीग्रेशन हो जाएगा वो हो जाएगा माइनस cos x. सिमिलरली sin x का डिफरेंशिएशन cos x था, तो cos x का इंटीग्रेशन हो जाएगा माइनस cos x का इंटीग्रेशन हो जाएगा sin x. सो दिस इज इट. आई होप यू अंडरस्टैंड.